Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to continue with inequalities, and we are now moving on to two-step inequalities. These are very similar to two-step equations. So go ahead and open your book to page 300, and let's get started. All right, at the bottom of page 300, we're going to do the try it problem. It says Erin has $52 to spend at the florist. She wants to buy a vase for $11.75 and several roses for $3.50 each. What are the possible number of roses that she can buy? So we notice we have a variable r. R is going to represent the number of roses. Well, the number of roses would be being multiplied by how much one rose cost, which is $3.50. And then she is also buying her vase, which is $11.75. So the vase plus the price of one rose multiplied by the number of roses. All right, now we are no longer putting equal signs here, right? We have to choose an inequality sign. So if we do it that way, that means she needs to spend more than $52. Well, she doesn't have more than $52 to spend, so we know that's not right. If we do it this way, it means she needs to spend less than $52. Yes, she could spend less than $52, but she could also spend $52. So the correct sign here is less than or equal to. All right, now we need to solve for r, so get r by itself. So 11.75 plus 350 times r is less than or equal to 52. First step, draw your line. All right, I have multiplication and addition happening. First, I need to get rid of that addition, so I'm going to subtract 1175 from both sides. Put some zeros there. That leaves me over here with 350r. All we've done is addition and subtraction. That will never change our sign. And then over here, make that 10, 9, 1. That leaves me with 5, 2, 1 minus 1 is 0, $40.25. Now we need to divide both sides by 350. We divided by a positive number, so our sign is not changing. So r is less than or equal to 40 divided by 350 is 11. Or 40.25 divided by 350 is 11. So r needs to be less than or equal to 11. That means at most she can buy 11 roses, but she could also only buy 10, 9, 8, however many under 11 she wants to buy. So she can buy up to 11 roses. Alrighty. Let's move on to example 2. It says the jazz band needs to raise at least $600 to travel to an upcoming competition. The members of the band have already raised $350. If they sell calendars for $8 each, how many calendars would they need to sell to exceed their goal? All right, that word exceed is going to tell us how to set this up. So they need to raise at least $600. So that's would be my total here. Could they raise more than 600? Yes. So this side needs to be more. Could they raise equal to 600? Yes. However, they want to exceed. That means go over. So would they be equal to 600? No. So we're actually not going to do the or equals to sign. All right, they have already raised $350, and they say sell calendars for $8 each. So I know I'm going to have $8 times my calendars, but they have already raised $350, so plus the $350 that's already been raised. All right, draw my sign. First, I need to subtract the $350. That leaves me with 8. C, I never change the sign with multiplication or addition. Make that 10, make that 5. So that becomes 250. Divide both sides by 8. When I divide 250 by 8, I end up with the number of calendars needs to be greater than 3125. Can I sell 0.25 or 1/4 of a calendar? No. So they either need to sell 32, we're going to round up, or more calendars. The reason we round up, even though this is only 0.25, is because they want more than $600. 31.25 is what would get them right to that 600. So if we went down to 31, they wouldn't reach 600. So they need to go a little bit. We always need to round up in that case, so 32 or more. All right, the last one we're going to do together in the video is to try it at the bottom of page 301. So they just give us the inequality and we need to solve it. So, draw my line. I'm going to subtract 5. Negative, don't forget about that negative right there. Negative 1/2 x. All I've done is add it, subtract, and don't change the sign. 25. Now I'm going to divide, because x is being multiplied by negative 1/2, so I'm going to divide by negative 1/2. I divided by a negative, so x, flip your sign, will now be less than 25 divided by negative 1/2 is negative 50. So the answer here is x is less than negative 50. Alright, for the rest of Buckletown time this morning, I want you to see if you can do problems 5 and 7. We'll save the word problems to do together, so let's see if you can just go ahead and solve 5 and 7. We'll review those quickly in class.